Okay, EmRôs signing in. I'm almost home, y'all. So I thought I'd make this video real quick about my an experience that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a consultation with an attorney. I don't even know his name yet. I got sent some information. It's a website. I probably put that website inside the description box, where you can actually ask questions about what you can do about concerning various situations, in your life. It don't necessarily have to be, with child support or custody battles. It can be anything concerning law. And there's a website that you could click, and you can click on that particular part of law that you need advice on. And there are attorneys that are standing by. They don't stand by willing to answer your questions. And of course, I be kind of sideways. I side eye, some attorneys, because I know a lot of times, when it comes to family law, I talked to 4 of them personally, like face to face, paid for consultations and all. And their number one goal was to see if they can get me to comply with this child support contract. And I'm just not with that. I'll never ever agree to be on child support, because it's a dumbass move for anybody to even put themselves on child support. What they call it, put yourself on child support. That's like one of the dumbest things I ever heard anybody do. And some people do that, and they don't realize how detrimental that could turn out to be for them. And I'm finally at home, but it's not a smart move to me. It's just not a smart move. And when you decide to, agree to just be in a child support contract, when you know that this thing is unconscionable, it's unconstitutional, and there are Supreme Court case laws that confirms that as well. They back me up on that. So who in their right mind would want to agree to be on child support? Women don't even want to be on child support. The same one that'll try to shame you for not wanting to be on child support are the ones that also don't want to be on there themselves. They want you to be a willful slave, a willful debt slave, and they'll shame you, thinking that you ain't no man if you don't want to take care of your kids. You ain't no man. They use that mind trick, that mind game bullshit to try to make you feel guilty for not wanting to be on child support. And it's a bunch of bullshit. It's nonsense altogether. You can take care of your children without actually being in that contract that punishes you if you happen to fall short. Anybody could fall short within an 18-year time frame on paying a bill for whatever reason. We all go through hardships throughout life, and you don't want to be punished and then interest added on, jailed, your property taken, your license suspended, all these different punishments that come with you not being able to pay this bill. It makes no sense, and many times people get put on child support, locked into these child support contracts, and the amount that they have to pay every single month is more than a child even needs every month. It's rigged. It's a scam, you ask me. So I would never agree to being on a child support contract. But to each his own. I'm going to talk to this attorney, and what's the name of that website? Let me see. Forgot the name. I think it's called Ask Questions or something like that. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Hold on. No, that thing says stop. I better not push that. This is a new phone, so I'm trying to. I better not mess with that. I just have to put it in the description box once I get home. But anyway, I'll probably talk more about it in the next video, and then I'll be able to talk about the website and what my experience with the attorney when I talk to him. That actually helps people out, helps fathers like ourselves who are trying to be in our kids' lives, and we got the courts working against us like that. I think it's kind of shameful that I think they're just specifically calling them fathers' rights attorneys. Fathers' rights attorneys is what they were calling them. It's sad that attorneys have to be separated into groups. You know, they specialize in these types of things. If they're all supposed to be impartial and fair, then why is it that why do fathers' rights attorneys exist? Obviously, because ones that don't advocate for fathers' rights are the ones that are that are not being fair, and they're tricking these guys into these contracts. The ones that are locking these guys into contracts that are, you know, unfair, and it's unconstitutional, it's unconscionable. It's a one-sided contract, and these guys, they're attorneys that are actually manipulating these people, these guys into these contracts. So if they're being fair, then there would not be fathers' rights attorneys. There would just be attorneys, and then you get an attorney that's going to be fair and do what's right. You know, what's in the best interest of the child, as they say. Okay. But obviously we know that what they're doing in the courts is not in the best interest of the child, as they say. You know, they do what's in the best interest of the state because they're trying to make money for the state in most cases. Now, I don't have a problem paying an attorney for services if they're going to do exactly what I paid them to do. Especially when I'm coming to you with clean hands and I'm being fair, you know, and I'm following what the law says. That's what I'm trying to do, you know. So so I will be talking to an attorney tomorrow. I'm going to call them tomorrow, and I want to see exactly what they have to say and what they have to offer. And then we'll lay out the numbers and see what they can do for whatever fee that they're going to charge me. And I'll give y'all an update on it. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there so y'all can see that EmRôs is actually considering hiring an attorney, because my son will be 5 on the 8th of next month. Okay. He'll be 5 years old, and I have not seen him since he was 3 months old. And I'm not so prideful to the point where I'll never hire an attorney if I know that I can get the job done with an attorney. I would have hired one years ago if I knew I can get the job done with an attorney. That's why I talked to 4 different attorneys throughout these years, because I'm really trying to get the shit done, and I'm willing to do what I need to do. So don't be so anti-attorney to the point where you don't open your mind about different types of attorneys out there. Just like there's different types of people in every trade. There's different types of people in every market, in every aspect of the commercial world. There's some people that will help you out, and there's some people that'll screw the shit out of you. You just have to use your own discernment in order to and do some research so you'll know how to approach these people. I'll use another example. Some of you know I got hip replacements recently. Okay. I had to go I was going to this doctor that was he was telling me what I needed to, what the options are for me with this bone on bone I had going on in my hip. And a hip replacement was something I knew that was inevitable I was going to have to get, because I was bone on bone and the cartilage could not be replaced. So I started doing my own research about different types of hip replacements. They only specialize in one type of hip replacement, and that's the posterior hip replacement. And this is on a side note, y'all, but they weren't expecting me to do research on the different types of hip replacements. There was one called the anterior approach. That's where they go in from the front, which is easier. The recovery time is quicker. And you heal quicker. It's better. It's just totally better than the posterior. Posterior, think about your posterior. That's when they cut to your butt muscles, your glute muscles, and they go in from the back, and they, from back there, and they replace your hip through there. When you're cutting your muscles like that, it takes a long time to heal. That's what they specialize in, and I wasn't trying to go that route. So I ended up not dealing with them altogether. I ended up going to another company, because this company that specialized in doing the anterior approach, they were right around the corner from where I live at. And, and they got the job done, and now I'm walking and feel like a new man now, like Bionic Man around this bitch now. So, and I was walking the next day. Both times I got it done, I was walking the next day. I got the left and right done, but I'm walking the next day, able to run around everything. So I'm good. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I'd have listened to that doctor who specializes in what he specializes in. He don't specialize in the anterior approach. So he was not going to direct me to the anterior approach. I had to find it on my own. So that's the same thing I'm talking about in any trade. Just like when you go to you talk to an attorney, find the type of attorney that you know they need to do what you need to do. I didn't know where I could find a father's rights attorney in Georgia. I never knew where I could find one at. And I never, I was like, damn, they kind of scarce around here. So I really wasn't even looking no more. But I ended up getting some information. And I'll be, talking to someone, and we're going to see exactly what's going to happen. And I'll keep y'all posted on that. So I'm going to keep an open mind and see if this attorney would be able to actually help me get the job done. Because my son's mom's actually in contempt. And she's been relocating for the last 3 or 4 years down there, hiding out, disregarding the order that was put in place for me to see my son. I still haven't seen it. So she's actually in the hot water. So everything's looking up on my end. So if I find an attorney that can actually execute and do the stuff that was said to me tonight, was that exactly the same thing that I've been saying I want to get done. So, and it was said before I even said it. So that to me gives me hope. So I'm going to call that attorney and see what can be done, and I'll keep y'all posted. All right. Until then, I'm going to take my ass in there and take me a shower and lay it down. EmRôs signing out.